Welcome to the 2350 Effect.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, happy Sunday, and welcome to the 2350 Effect. I am your host, Damian Kinsey, and I am the host of the 2350 Effect, and I'm also the co-creator of the 2350 Network and also the Virtual Wellness Summit, the Virtual Wellness Experience. And I'm joined by, as always, my co-host who's doing double duties and jumping around, Dr. Farron. Introduce yourself, Dr. Farron, to everybody.
Hi, everyone. I am Tanya Farron, excited to be here with you Sunday in January of 2025. I am the co-host of the 2350 Effect with my amazing partner, Damien, as well as the co-creator of the 2350 Network with him, owner of Creative Living Ideas, and I'm also an educator. So absolutely love all those things and a published author. So lots of fun things to do in life, that is for sure. Hi, everyone. Hi, Noni. Thanks for being here. Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're excited to be back.
Yes, excited to be back as well. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And those people out there who are joining us, I know we have the version of this where we are streaming. Please reach out and put your comments in the section. Let us know you're out there. And thank you for joining us as well. All right. New year, new energy, new response, but we're always started off the same way we did last year, and it's what they Now, if this is the first time you've joined us for the 2350 Effect, we always start with a laugh, a call, and a text. Great seeing you as well, Dr. Rowe. Thank you for coming and showing up. We start off with a laugh, call, text. Dr. Friend, it is that thing that in the last 7 days that either made you laugh out loud, call somebody, or text them.
Y'all, I am in my nerd zone right now. I have been in nerd zone today. And so my text today to my family was, we're in Florida. We took a lovely walk on the beach this morning, mid-morning, found some cool shells, opened up my map of my shells for Florida. And then I was categorizing them, taking pictures and sending them to my kids. And they were like, oh, you have totally nerded out today. And I did. And it was so much fun. So that was my text today. That was fun. Something fun and different to do. How about you, Damien? Laugh, call, or text for you the last 7 days.
This was kind of a hard one for me this week to think about with laugh, call, or text. I was trying to figure out what would be that thing that stuck out to me for laugh, call, or text. I think the easiest thing my phone call was I called my grandmother. So that was my
grandmother?
call, checking on her, see how she was doing. We were playing phone tag the last week, so that was really the thing that stood out the most because I called her, she didn't answer. She called me, didn't answer. I called back. So that was my laugh, my call, text this week was calling my grandmother and checking in with her.
You know, you're pretty lucky that you got your grandma. You know, that's amazing. So I'm sure she appreciated that call from you as well. Very cool.
Yes, I appreciate it as well. So we have a topic today, right? We're talking about, right?
We do. So it's January, mid-January already. Like it's the second week of January. So for some people, January is over, right? They feel like we're already to the end of January. I was doing a lot of social media posting and scheduling today, and I'm like, wow, the end of the month will be here before you know it. So our topic is how to stay excited for the next 11 months. Most people get excited. It's the new year, setting resolutions and goals. And then what happens? Maybe we're in winter moments. How do we stay excited for those next 11 months? Well, Damien and I came up with a list of a few things that we're going to talk about and embellish on. We might add number 12. You don't know. We might go beyond 11, but we've got 11 things to share with you today that you can help can help expand and give you some things to look forward to. But those of you in the audience, all of you out there watching, Dr. Rowe and Christy and Noni and Latasha, thank you so much for joining us. Jackie, go ahead and drop in some of the things that you're going to be doing also to help stay excited for the next 11 months. We want your participation. So thank you for being here.
Yes. Drop those things in for the last 7 months, the next 11 months, sorry, that you are definitely going to use to stay focused. And I'll kind of kick it off. I think the way to make it exciting is you have to make things an event.
Make
Like
things an event.
I have friends, family members, and people I know who make their birthdays a day event. They do themes for their birthday. Then I have friends and family members and people I know, and we all know these people who they make it exciting to the point when they're making an event for a week. And then, there are people out there who I know, friends, family members, who make it they call it their birthday month. And then if it's a milestone, there's milestone years for people. So that is a way to make it exciting, to make it an event, a gathering, have things in place, and do those things. What about you? What do you think about making an event to be exciting?
I love that too. I really do. And it's actually kind of funny. We in our family, well, I'll stick with the theme of the birthday to make it an event. But, our family, we joke that it's the birthday week, maybe the birthday month. And I have a really cute story to tell you. When people when people do things go out of their way to make other people feel special. So my example is my husband and I went out to dinner just to a fast food place the other night, and the lady gave us the number 16. Well, that is the day of my birthday. And I was like, that's good luck. You just gave me my birthday. And she giggled, and I said, it's actually my birthday week coming up. And my husband rolled his eyes like, oh, brother, here we go again. And I said, it is. I said, it's happy birthday Tanya week or something. Well, then she gave me my receipt to go sit down, and it said, happy birthday Tanya. It's number 16, which was so like when you're talking about making something an event, it made me feel special. It was one little thing that this young lady did behind the counter, typed it in, was super, super sweet, making that event. So I know there are some people who do make their birthdays a birthday month. We have a person in our network who takes the whole month off for her birthday and celebrates her. And I love that. And I think there's other things that we can make events in our lives, like special milestones that we may have. A couple of things that come to mind for some of the people that I know. There are people who have health concerns or health issues, and maybe they have met a milestone in that. Maybe so many years of being cancer-free, so many years of being seizure-free. Those are things that we should celebrate and create an event for and enjoy those times together. So those of you out there in the audience, grab that calendar and start looking at some of these dates that are coming up for you. I always do believe that birthdays are a gift, and I truly believe birthdays should be celebrated and the people should be celebrated. But I do think that those other milestones are really important to celebrate as well. And it makes it fun.
Yes, I agree as well. Those events need to be in place. Those milestones to be in place. And, like you said, there are different markers and different things that go on in your life besides your birthday. That was a great example to use. And I'm glad that you put, you people in recovery, they use those as milestone, and also for medical reasons as well. And also make your family events also a milestone as well. Anniversaries come up. Make those things a milestone as well and make them an event. So I love that, Ola.
Absolutely. I love that. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Kenneth, I love that. Every day is Kenny Day. I love that. It should be. Every day is a gift. That's amazing. And I love Christy's got Christy Days. Latasha, I love that. Intentional scheduled time each month to rest, reflect, and celebrate accomplishments. That's awesome. Very cool. You guys have great ideas that are going to help a lot of people.
Now, if you're out there, we are definitely, and you just joining us, we are doing the how to stay excited for the next 11 months. So we're talking about 11 different things to keep excited. We just went over the first one. So if you know someone out there who would benefit from this conversation, please forward it to them, invite them to come in. We have 10 more to go, so it's still much time left. So, all right, we're going to go on to the second one.
Sure.
You want to take this one, Dr. Farron?
Yeah, I think it's really important. And it's something that I really haven't done yet this year, but I think you can still continue with it, is to create some goals. I think that's important to do. A lot of times we think about creating professional goals or weight loss goals, right? Those sometimes are like big goals at the beginning of the year. But I think there's other goals that you can look at for yourself, and that maybe take some pressure off of those big goals. Little things like maybe trying to get your steps in, just getting steps in, and not, being tied to other things. That's a small goal that you can have. Maybe not checking your phone before you go to bed. I don't know about you guys, but that is a rule that I sort of put in, and it's a goal that I have. I don't check emails before I go to bed. I don't want things that are going to stress me out before I go to sleep. So setting some little goals that you can manage and maintain, that can help you create a healthier life. And it can be other little goals, like making sure to compliment one person a day. Like, that's a simple goal that you can create and think about. Saying positive affirmations to yourself. What do you think, Damien? What do you think about goal setting?
I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it keeps you on task, and also it gives you an opportunity to plan for in advance. 11 months is a long, short period of time. It goes rapid and quick. Even think about we're halfway through this month almost. And things that I've experienced or seen individuals do is like simple stuff, like it doesn't have to be something big, like, life changing stuff. I know someone set a goal of, I'm not going to buy anything that I can't put into the refrigerator and eat within 7 days.
Oh, that's a good goal. That's a good goal. I was watching somebody else was set a goal, like they weren't, and I know this is a female kind of a thing, but they weren't going to buy any more like makeup products. They were going to use the ones they had. And that's kind of, like sometimes we liked buying extra things. And so, until I use what I have, not doing that. That's a very cool goal. Another goal that I think is cool for people is vacation goals. So you've got 11 months, like what's your next vacation destination goal and how are you going to get it? So it's creating that strategic plan. It makes me think about our strategic planning that we have, Damien. And so for those of you who know a little bit about Damien and I, we've got the 2350 network together. We host some different large professional development together. And those take some planning. So we set a date in the month of January to go over our strategic plan for the year and make modifications and changes to it. So when you're goal setting, create a date that you can sit down. So if you haven't created any goals, maybe think of a day this week that you can sit down and kind of hash out some goals. What do you think about doing something like that, Damien?
I think it's great. It definitely keeps you on task and focus, and you don't lose track. And the good thing about a goal, you can always pivot from it. Don't get locked into it. You create the goal. It doesn't work. You can always adjust it a little bit. That's what objectives are for when you put inside goals, because it kind of keeps you on track and you get focused on where you want to go. And another goal, like you said, having those goals for vacation. I know a lot of people get around their family during the holidays and they cook all these meals, and then it's a fun time, but it's stressful because they cook it so much. And one year, a group of my family members, they just went on vacation together, which
Yeah.
it was just different for me to hear that. I didn't go, but it was, they had a lot of fun because they were like, I didn't have to cook and I have to do this and I have to do that. And when you make those goals in place, they're so good to be like, you know what, this is good, it's working. Scratch that, put that on the shelf. And that's the beauty of goals. They're tangible, they have outcomes, and they have time limits. They don't have to be forever. So that is number 2. So if you're following us, we talked about 2 different things. We talked about making things an event, and the second one was creating goals. All right. You still have time to reach out to people and let them know about this conversation, because we're going on to more. I believe the math tells me that's 9 more. All right.
You're so good at math. So reliable, aren't you? You are.
I appreciate it. Also picking a day to celebrate. Yes, that is very different from making things an event, picking days to celebrate. So if you're going to run your goals between 30, 60, 90, 120, 6 months, a year, pick days, put them on a calendar. If your thing is every 15th, things go on like the 1st and the 15th, the 1st and the 30th, the 15th and the 30th, every second Friday. We do these lives on Sundays. It's our celebration of the week. That is why we always start with laugh, call, text. So
Right.
put them on your calendar for things to do, and put dates to celebrate those milestones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, I think sometimes we get hung up on like the moment. And it's kind of like we were saying with the goals, there's a little bit of flexibility with that. But so, say, for example, you want to celebrate your birthday, but you're gone or whatever, pick a date, right? You want to celebrate that anniversary, but you can't do it on the day, pick another date. You want to just get together with some friends and celebrate your friendship. Like that's a fun That's a fun celebration. Think about the number of friends that you have had for many, many years. And how long have you been friends together? Like, that's a reason to celebrate. Get together. Let's celebrate that. And so those are things to look forward to. And I think that's the message that we're really trying to share, is how to stay excited for the next 11 months. What are things that you're going to be able to look forward to, that you can plan and celebrate? Have you heard of Christmas depression or vacation depression, right? When we're leaving and those events are over, and how people are feeling because they're done, because they've built up so much anticipation and excitement to do them, that now that it's over, there's a letdown, right? So finding new things to celebrate. I love that. Mm-hmm. I'm going just rechecking out the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, Melissa, for being on
Yes.
Team Replay and making that comment. That's always great as well. I'm just going to throw in here also, if you want to follow Creative Living Ideas YouTube page, these are all live streamed on there. So you can watch replays on that. You can also set up a notification so you get notified whenever we have a live stream, and then you won't miss it. So thanks so much for watching.
Yes,
All
definitely.
right.
And put
Go
your
ahead.
goals for 2025 in there. We would love to hear from you and know what are some of the goals you have going on. And it's exciting to have those celebrations as an accomplishment. So that's 3 down. We're
3
going to
down.
number 4. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take this one, Dr. Farron?
I do. So let's talk about rewarding ourselves for things, I think it's important that we do reward ourselves with things within our means, within our budgets. But I think it's important that we're working. I remember you talking early on to something, Damien, and we were having a conversation, and you were saying, when you get that paycheck on Friday, take $50, take $20, whatever it may be, and do something for yourself. Go take yourself out to dinner, buy that new shirt. You have worked hard for that money. You should reward yourself for that. And that is really something that has stuck with me because I think especially, a lot of us have lots of family members or other obligations, and we get caught up in all of that, and we forget to reward ourselves for those small things. And so I'd love to hear in the audience, what are some of the things that you reward yourself with? Mine is a manicure. That is my reward on payday. I love to get my manicure done. That is something that I absolutely love. It has always been a treat to me, and I love that. What's somebody else's reward? Damien, what are some things that you reward yourself with?
Well, making sure that I get my favorite meals is a reward for me. And those things are so important because we have to pay bills, you know, roof over your head, places to live, food, and those things are so important. But those are things that we pay for to like either live and keep our sanity or live to survive or be okay, like shelter and stuff, like Maslow hierarchy of needs, basic needs, food, water, and shelter, those things in place. But things for yourself are just so much. You know, and this came out of a few things. I had a friend who always talked about you have to pay yourself first. And then when I used to have conversations and do like speak with parents and do parenting stuff, and then you ask them a question, what do you do for you, and what is they can't remember things they do because you're so engaged in giving to yourself for your kids. So getting those things as simple as like buying paper, buying your favorite juice, your favorite sometimes just buying a streaming subscription to something like Netflix is a lot for people, and because it keeps them like mentally engaged. Christy's talking about salmon, talking about massages. Leslie Flowers is talking about the same thing. Her book. There is so much that goes on out there, and buying and taking something for yourself, whether it's $5 or $2 from when you get paid or get money to go get for yourself is so important.
It
Take
really
something.
is. And I think, I think finding the time to do it is important, and making sure that you're consistent with it is also important to reward yourself. It doesn't have to always be immediate. Maybe it's something that you're saving for a bigger ticket item too. You could do something like that. So I love that. I love all those suggestions. The meals, I agree with you. I'm a foodie, so I love a good meal.
And it might be something like a pillow.
Yeah.
Like I just want people to start thinking about things to reward themselves with that doesn't have to be a trip out of the country, buying a new car, or buying like some form of jewelry. It can be something as simple as, you know what? I haven't had this candy bar since a kid. I'm going to get that.
Yep. It
So,
can. And it can be intangible things like time to listen to your favorite music, time to go do yoga, time to go do something like that for yourself, time to go for a walk. Like those are things that are a great way to reward yourself. And I love that. That's amazing. Thank
all
you,
right.
everyone, for sharing. Yeah.
And how to remain excited for the next 11 months because it is a time span. It goes fast. Have social gatherings.
Yes.
Bring people along on this journey of where you're going to. Have fun during the process. Get to meet new and exciting people during the next 11 months. You know what? You talk about the epidemic of loneliness. There's so many people going through silos and being alone. Having these social gatherings brings opportunities. It stimulates your mind and also gives you opportunity to talk to new or different people or people you normally talk to in a different space and place. And you can share stuff and you can say, hey, wow, I didn't think about that. I didn't learn that. Social gatherings like Jackie's talking about vacation, and I'm never gonna forget like a pillow. She talked about taking a pillowcase on your plane trip, have it empty, and if you put it on the on the machine and it says overweight, like say if it's 50 pounds and you're at 55 pounds, you can just take some of that stuff out, put it in a pillowcase. You don't get that unless you have social gatherings and conversations with people who experience more things than you. We don't know everything, and socializing is so important. It's also fun. Play Uno, play cards, connect for Monopoly, do something. socialize with people.
Absolutely. I love that. I love the whole idea of social gatherings. And remember, it doesn't have to be a big giant thing. We have people that are, don't love huge social events. It can be a small, quaint gathering. You can have multiple small gatherings. I like a good variety. I like big gatherings where there's a lot of people to mingle and talk to, but I also like it when it's small and quaint. Again, I'm going to go back to the birthday comment. My comment with my family is, I want to get together and play Family Feud. Annika got a new Family Feud game for Christmas. When we get back home, that's what I want. I'm like, let's just do a potluck. Everybody bring something and let's play some games together with my small, intimate family. But then I love bigger events as well. And so think about those things that you can do. Damien, this would be a great, fun topic to talk about, I think, if we really dove into all the different things that you could do with social events to help people be engaged. And, one of the things that's important, I agree, play games, have some little question cards set up around the room that help stimulate conversation, introduce other people, find them how they connect, and bring them together about what they do. And it can really make social events fun. Do themed social events, right? I've seen people do, bring a board night, and it could be like bring a board game. Everybody brings a board game. It could be food that's on a board, right? That different colors, different kinds, dessert board, charcuterie board, appetizer board, whatever the case may be. Like there's so many fun ways to create a social gathering that you could do, themed nights, costume nights, whatever you want it to be. It could be so fun.
Yes, and game night is a great one. Let me know how that goes. I bet you I know it's going to be so much fun. And you talked about boards. Speaking of boards, you want to talk about the vision boards?
Oh my gosh, I love vision boards. They are so fun to do. This is something that's perfect for you to do. There's a couple ways you can do it. If you have a lot of old magazines, we don't get that many paper things anymore in the mail, but if you have them or some old ones, you can go through and you can cut out images. Like you could just do a board of things that you like or that you want in your life. Or you can be a little nerdy like me, and I categorize mine. I have 3 categories of my vision board. I have professional, personal, and family. And then I put those things in there. Or you can also do it digitally. So I do mine digitally now. And I put some things of like, what home updates and improvements do I want in my house? What other goals do I want? And it's just a vision board. And when you put things, I would love to hear Leslie Flowers' take on this, but when you put things out into the universe that you want and they're spoken, they just, even created and you see them, it's interesting as to how life evolves to those things. And it's pretty cool. So doing that, and then you want to put that vision board in a place where you see it all the time. So mine sits in my office. It hangs on my office. I also have one in my yoga space, and it's just something that I can look at and pay attention to. And I have some goals. What are some things that you think people should put on their vision boards, Damien?
Well, I have the 3 you have, but I have a 4th one, which is health. And the first time I did it was last year. Would have created a vision board. I still have the board, but I've been doing it in my brain for years. But so it's so cool to actually have it because you can see, relationships with family and friends. You could talk about business, you got health, and you have, so many things. And you can make it at anything. Finance, you can make it, less TV time, social time. And those vision boards actually help because you see it. And then I was looking at it because we're only in the 12th day of the year. So I looked at it. I believe I looked at it on the 2nd or New Year's Day. No. The weekend before New Year's. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, like, you know what? I was able to accomplish a lot of things on my vision board. But I kind of was like keeping it there. And I was like, I want to keep it and kind of, I want to kind of frame it and put it in because I felt like, the first time you do something, it's always exciting to have. You get better at it and better at it, but you can reflect on it. It was the first time I ever did a vision board for myself.
Good for you. I love that. I love the health one. I think that's important too to put in there, a health goal, healthiness, things like that. That's really cool. I also don't always change up my vision board. So like this year, my vision board isn't really changing. And I'm okay with that. And even though some of the things on my vision board have come to fruition, and it's kind of ironic how sometimes when you put something on there. So a few years ago, I put a house in Florida on my vision board, and the house that we bought pretty much resembles the house that was just randomly selected. There's some really eerie things that sometimes can happen with vision boards like that. And so I love that, Caesar. Yes. Patience on the vision board. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it takes some time, right? When we put this out into the universe, or we birth our desires of what we want in life. I love that.
Here's Leslie Flowers. You asked her.
I know. She delivered as always. Thank you, Leslie. They're not enough by themselves to achieve your goal. So if you want more information about those types of things, follow Leslie, because she's going to give you some good direction on that. Absolutely. So,
Nice.
did you want to
No,
say
go
anything
ahead.
else? No, I was going to move on to number 7, unless you're
Oh,
ready to take
well,
a break.
speaking of direction, this is the point in time when we at the halfway mark. You know what? We've done 6 at this point. We have 5 more, which are even more amazing. We do always take a pause at the halfway mark. This is a great opportunity to reach out, get on your phone, text the individuals that you know of, and say, hey, we are having this conversation around the 11 things that you can do for the next month to keep you motivated for the next 11 months. So we have 5 more to go, and as always, we kind of always get a little pause in the halfway part, and so we'll be back in about 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds or more. All right.
We wanted to show you the 2350 Network website. This is the homepage for the 2350 Network. This is our mission. Our mission at the 2350 Network is to empower professionals through a creative approach that brings together forward-thinking professionals and thought leaders. The 2350 Network is dedicated to being the standard of innovation, excellence, and the networking hub for professionals. You can also read about the vision and our brand values. You can join the 2350 Network by clicking this link and filling out a form, and then we will get back to you about that. You can see below the services that we provide for our network members. You can go through and read those. And at the bottom here, you'll see images of Damien and I, as well as our email addresses at the bottom if you'd like to reach out to either one of us. We also have a member feature, which is important for us to highlight our members. This is Jamie Rockymore Bess, her magazine called Helpful Living Magazine that she gives out or creates every quarter. This is one for the Work-Life Balance Summit, a special edition, as well as you can see Leslie Flowers as a member spotlight and her accomplishments and her latest book, where you can get that here by clicking the link at the bottom. We also have a calendar of upcoming events for our members each month that are listed here. So that is a quick tour of the 2350 Network website. We hope you join us.
In addition to so many other features, the 2350 Network features a virtual campus. So let's take a tour on our virtual campus. It kind of starts in our virtual lobby, the 2350 Network. That is actually me in there, and also is a picture of me, and it also can turn into a visualization of me just like I am here. We have the campus outdoor. We also have the auditorium, which seats 43 people, so it's a big space for people to have fun, connect. You can even probably have a concert there. In addition, is our community room, which features our 2350 app, the pool table and recreation room. If you want to have fun and use your leisure time, we have an office space as well. Here's our virtual office. Here's Dr. Farron, our virtual office with Erica, who's a 2350 member. And there's so many other features. To become a member, go to the website, 2350network.com, and also follow us on LinkedIn on the 2350 Network website. Thank you. All right. And just like anything else, sometimes you have to take a break. When we took that 2 minutes and 40 minutes, 40-second break just to have that conversation. And now we're back with the conversation. And those are information about the 2350 Network. And if you want information, just reach out to us. And let's get back into it. You were going on number 7, right?
Yes, I was. I was going on number 7, meal or dinner. So I think what is really exciting and fun to do is to, I love to cook. So selecting, I love to cook when I have time to cook. I always rephrase and go back to that. I love to cook when I have time to cook. I can cook to survive, but cooking for fun is amazing. So I really love that. I love to do that and spend time planning out my menu and preparing a good meal. And I know a lot of people don't always love to cook, but I encourage you to try something new. Try to make something new. What do you think? What's your favorite meal, Damien, or dinner?
Well, before I get into my favorite meal, because I'm definitely going to answer that question,
Okay.
people breaking bread around people is definitely important. We have a big holiday in the United States. It's called Thanksgiving, where people get around and have a feast. So those is clear cut that having meals and dinners and things of that nature is so important. They have a thing called Taco Tuesday. I'm telling you, don't
Yeah.
reinvent the wheel. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Taco Tuesday is in place. And with that said, I like shrimp and I like broccoli and I like macaroni and cheese and
Very
water.
nice.
That
Very
is
nice.
my
And
favorite meal.
more. I know. Damien and I usually usually part of our conversation surrounds food at some point in time when we meet. It is so true. I also just want to say, in my book, Raising the Well-Adjusted Child, a Parent's Manual, I have an entire chapter that surrounds dinner time, because it is so important. And people think when I talk about dinner time that I'm talking about the whole, like everyone together and all these perfect manners at the dinner table. That is not what I am talking about. I am talking about a time where you come together and you are breaking bread with the people that you love or that you care about. You are giving them your time, your attention. You are talking about the day. And I give lots of examples for that. Like, it doesn't have to be the best home cooked meal. I am telling you, our family was so busy at one point in time. Thursday night, 8 p.m., at the local Mexican restaurant was where we met every week, every Thursday. It was the only time we could find time to be together, 8 p.m. Each kid was coming from a different area. I was coming, my husband was coming, and that was where we went. We were regulars there, and it was a simple meal. It wasn't super elaborate, but I also love to spend time making a big meal for people. Like, I'll have girlfriends over just for brunch, and that is so fun. And you can make it simple, break that bread with friends. It's a part of that social gathering. So and so can bring the mimosas, this person can bring the pastries, that sort of thing, and you can just do like a casserole. Like, it's super simple to do that, but that time together is so fun and important. I do want to thank the few ladies, thank you, that have made compliments about my hair. I appreciate that, Erica. That was very sweet of you, as well as Jackie. This is my natural curl, and in Florida, I don't fight it. So I just go natural. But thanks, ladies. That was really sweet of you. And I love, Leslie dropped in some information about the 12 laws of achievement. One of them is writing down or creating a vision board. I love that. And Kenneth, any meal that is scrumptiously delicious is your favorite? You are easy to please person, it seems like to me. We might have to have Kenneth over for dinner.
Yes, definitely. He always brings the treats to these conversations, and thanks for always showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
go ahead.
go ahead.
Let's talk about hosting a live event. Like, stepping outside of the box,
So
right?
we're at 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 8. So we're moving along. So bring people in.
Bring them in. Exactly. Hosting a live event. So we all know that things have kind of changed up on LinkedIn. Audio events are kind of gone. People are having a rough time. but hosting a live event. And I just walked through a friend on how to host a live event on LinkedIn, and it is really fun and pretty simple to do. If you've never hosted one, but you want to be on one, reach out to somebody. Ask them, say, hey, can I come on your event? Or how could we do this together? Everybody has a story. Everyone has a message that they can share. And so finding the right group of people to do that is amazing to do. So hosting a live event is something that is really, really, I would say, would be a good goal for people, and it's enjoyable and it gives you something to look forward to. So a lot of us, myself and Dr. Qureshi, are going to be doing the last Tuesday of every month on the Parenting in the Trenches. So if you can join us for that, we've got the next 3 months of those scheduled out and ready to go, getting those in advance, something to look forward to. One live event a month. Damien, I know you and Jackie have some other live events together that you're hosting that'll be coming soon.
Yeah, and live, yes, definitely. We host Wishful Wednesday, and we host on Finding Your Purpose as audio rooms. So we're figuring out how to what we're gonna do for live events. And a live event actually can be done in a library. Myself, Felipe, Marcia, we did a live in Anna and Grace, we did a live event in a library. You know, getting out in your community, hosting these events, getting around people, especially with this big global network and this social media space. This is actually a social event right now that we're having, and it's exciting. You know, you put it on your calendar, you get the invite from somebody, you either click the yes button, you click the no button, accept, or you ignore it, whatever it is. There's some level of excitement and opportunities. And over the next 11 months, if you have so many events, these things can actually go by and you can actually accomplish what you need to accomplish and stay excited and engaged for the next 11 months. So I know a lot of people love finding on Wishful Wednesday and Finding Your Purpose. Those were events that we had, and we're looking to try to keep those things going. So live events and hosting those are so important. And as Kenneth would say, you know,
I love it, Kenneth.
all right.
I want to add a couple things too. So Damien and I are also hosting the virtual wellness experience March 21st and 22nd. We still have some spots for presenters. That's another live virtual event for you to partake in. If it's something that you're interested in being a presenter, reach out to myself or Damien. We'd love to have you. Or if you'd like to come to the event, that's something to look forward to. We've got the virtual wellness experience March 21st, 22nd. We have the Work-Life Balance Summit in October. And then we have some parenting things. I have some parenting things throughout the year. So those are great things to also look forward to attending, you know, going out, socializing, meeting new people. And then you can also be a part of the network, the 2350 network. We have social events, live events there. And then we also bring people onto this show as well sometimes. So if they have things that they want to do. So I'm excited about lots of those events that are coming forth.
Yes, I'm excited. And you know what excitement does? You got to get outdoors. Do outdoor activities. That can keep you excited. Listen,
Yes.
I learned recently, well, I didn't learn recently. I internalized it. The importance of fresh air. There's a reason why photosynthesis is in place. You need sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
You need fresh air. Get outside, go for a walk. Even if you open your door, go downstairs and stand out there and get hit with the 13-degree weather for about 30 seconds and go, and then go back in. Getting outdoors is so important, and it's a great opportunity to keep things going and celebrate, and having short goals of saying, hey, I am going to get outside for 5 minutes, because when we were kids, we were outside.
Mm-hmm.
We loved outside. It didn't matter how cold it was. You see all those movies where the little kids, it's snowing, they want to run outside. As adults, we look at snow different. We look at it as now it's a chore. You have to shovel. You have to do all these things. Get outside, get some air, get active. That is a great way to keep excited. What about you? What are your thoughts
I
about this?
love that. You're making me
I see
giggle
the
because
Fitbit.
what? Yeah.
Fast
Oh,
Apple
totally.
Watch.
Yes. Yes, we did 10,000 steps yesterday. We went to a state park, walked around. It was lovely. It was great. We did our 5K Saturday instead of Sunday. We only did about a mile today on the beach, but this is the funny piece. I want you guys this. My mom had said this to me forever. And when we were kids, we played outside and we were allowed to get dirty. We were allowed to play in the rain. We were allowed to play in the snow. My mom always said, God made you washable and drip dryable. Go outside. And she would say that to us all the time. And it has stuck in my head forever. So my husband and I are walking to the beach in our tennis shoes. And I am telling you, I can feel the sand just literally dumping into my shoes. And we're giggling. My husband and I are laughing. And I'm like, well, you know what my mom would say? God makes you washable. This is going to come off. It's not a big deal. Wash out the socks, dump out the shoes. Let's just go have some fun. We had the best time looking at amazing shells on the beach. Go outside. Absolutely. Every day. So last year, and I haven't done it this year, my daughters had us do an in and out list. And that means like, what are you going to do? What's in, what's out, what you're not going to do for the year. Well, my in list was to go outside every day, no matter what the temperature was. Like you said, Damien, go out in that cold air, go out and breathe that fresh air. Amazing. Yes, absolutely.
I love that. And it also helps with your overall wellness. We talking about the virtual wellness summit experience. It's
Yes.
also about wellness. And if you're not well, you're not healthy, you're not okay, chances are you don't want to be around a lot of people when you're not feeling your optimal best, So
Okay, let me ask you this. And everybody in the audience, put your favorite outdoor activity in. Damien, what is your favorite outdoor activity to do? And it can't be walking.
that is it. That is it.
No,
Sorry.
and you have to pick something else.
Sorry, I miss it. I miss it. Yes, I miss it.
I know you
I
missed
would
your
start
walking.
my day off with a 3 mile, and I miss it. That is my thing. I think the I think a good thing about an outdoor activity is when you see things in nature that you really haven't paid attention to.
Mm-hmm.
They say like all snowflakes aren't the same.
Yeah.
You see patches in the grass is different. You see a bird, and then you start looking at those things just a little bit different.
Uh-huh.
So I saw a deer
Absolutely.
last night, like the young deer, and I was like,
Mm.
"Why are you over here?"
Yeah.
But it was so refreshing to actually see that. So if I can't use the walk, I would say nature.
Okay. I'll let you have that nature look. All right. I
How about
love
you?
this. Mine's golf. I love to play golf when it's lovely out. I would even
Oh
play
yes, yes.
I would play like, in 40-degree weather. I would play in that. I mean, you get yourself a hot chocolate, it's kind of nice. So I like that. So I'm going to go. Somebody said hiking. I'm going to give you hiking, Damien, even though that's not really walking. Like you're hiking, you're looking at nature. I love that. Somebody said tennis. How about pickleball? That's like a huge thing in the Midwest right now. I don't know about anybody else. I'm not a pickleball person, but that's a great outdoor activity to do.
It's picking up. Like
Yeah.
Like I'm after we done with this, I am definitely going to look and see when pickleball started because the fandom of it in the last 2-3 years has skyrocketed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have.
Absolutely.
I don't know when it started, but it
Yeah.
seems relatively new
Yeah. I
to
love
me.
that. And I love Dr. Rose said stargazing. Like that's pretty cool too. Stargazing it's amazing on those super clear nights. It's really fun to be able to stargaze. I agree. I love
And
that.
thank you everybody who has reshared, who has um accepted the invite, showed up. We have people saying jogging. We have so much going on. Racquetball.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Jackie, as well. And thank you for showing up and being a part of it, engaging in the comments, putting the information in. We are almost through this process. We are moving relatively quickly. Time flies when you're having fun. We have 2 more left. So still more time to tell people about this conversation and also keep engaging and letting us know your favorite outdoor activities as well. All right. So I'll let you take this one since you kind of linked into it a little bit earlier.
I do. I
Leave it
love to
simple.
incorporate family and friends to things. And I think it's, um, I don't think you really realize you're doing it until all of a sudden you start seeing it happening, if this makes sense. So I've always enjoyed spending social gathering times with friends and different groups of friends. I always say that I have my golf ladies. Those are my girlfriends. I've got my teacher friends. I've got my family friends. I've got I always call my kindergarten friends, my friends from out of state. I have all these little groups and pockets of friends. Yes, my CLI family and friends, exactly. Like so many different little pockets of groups, and bringing them together and bringing them as part of your life. So that's one thing that I've done is bring in my kids and my other friends into my organization and company. And we work together to create different projects together. And I think that's amazing to be able to do that and bring people together. I love it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like that too. And that's why I wanted you to go first, because you actually started a company during a pandemic with your family together and friends and created creative living ideas, which kind of sparked the books that you have. You have about, what
Yeah.
do you have, 10? You have 10 at this point? Books? Or nine?
Nine.
Nine books.
9 books.
We'll get you to 10 soon.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So
We'll get
9
there.
books, the summits, the network. There's so much going on. And these things continue to be exciting when you incorporate people around you. People talk about accountability buddies. What better people to have accountability buddies than people who you're around on a regular basis? Your family, your friends. And everybody who's around you. You can use these people as opportunities to make sure that you can have those times where y'all can build, collaborate, bring together. It's the same thing when we're running around when we're doing the network and whatnot. So, hey, incorporate your family and friends. All right. You ready, Dr. Farron?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Are we going to do the last one? Number 11?
All right.
Yeah.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
All right.
I think it is important. We touched a little bit on this, but I'm going to go into this a little bit more. But place your goals in a visible space and then rate your progress, So it's important to write some things down, set some strategic plan down, and to go in and look at how have you performed? How have you gotten to the place that you are? And it's important to do these little checks like every quarter. Maybe you do it every month, depending on what you choose to do. And look at some maybe analytics if you have them. If it's things like live events on LinkedIn, there's analytics, or your YouTube channel, things like that, the traffic on your website. Maybe that's it, or maybe it's a goal for weight. You can measure and, do the scale if you choose to, or just maybe have a checklist every day. Did I do it? Did I do it? And go back and review it. So that's important to do. Have it in a visible space. At home, I have Post-it notes all over my computer of reminders of little pieces, and I keep them there. Those are my visuals of affirmations in my yoga room. But another thing that a friend sent me a journal. They sent me a journal. When Damien and I were preparing for this, I was looking up some things for this evening, and a success journal was something that somebody recommended that you keep. A success journal where every day you write down what your success is. And that would be a great way to go back in and rate your progress by looking at your successes. Now, they don't have to be huge, but they can be small successes every day. Some days it's I got out of bed and I went to work, right? That might be a success for some people some days, or I cleaned up my bedroom today, or I did all of the laundry, folded it and put it away, or, I don't know. There could be a variety of things. I remember to take my medications on time, whatever the case may be. I walked every day looking at that. Do you have any reminders or ways that people can help place their goals in a visible space and rate their progress, Damien?
Hey, I want people to actually walk away from this conversation and utilize these tips. I want to keep it as simple as possible. And the easiest way, let's take it back to elementary school. Magnet, piece of paper, stick it on the refrigerator. There you go.
I love that.
Post-it, stick it, take it, get a thumbnail, or not even that, just stick it in front of your door, on the outside of your door. So before you open the door to leave your house, there's your goal there.
Yeah.
Mirror in your bathroom, put it there. If you put it in these 3 places, chances are you're more likely to remember it. And then once it becomes muscle memory, you have better outcomes. And that is how you can actually rate it. Say, hey, today I wanted to go out and get that 5 minutes of air and stand outside. Let me just go do it now and take care
Yeah.
of it really quick.
Yeah. And in the 2350 network, we are doing a book study on atomic habits right now. And, that's been interesting to go through at the beginning of the year to really start talk about some improving of habits. And I don't know that it's really in the book, but I think I had heard that a good habit takes about 3 weeks to create. I think that's a milestone for a habit. So love all of these ideas. I hope you got some great suggestions for ways that you can make these next 11 months excited. You want me to read through the list real quick, Damien, just to give everybody a quick reminder?
Yes.
Okay. So 11 ways to keep people excited, because we're already in the first month. So we only have 11 more to go. Make an event out of an occasion. Or something special. Make an event and create that. Create some goals for yourself. Pick a date to celebrate something, whether it be an anniversary or a birthday or a milestone, a medical milestone. Reward yourself. Find some way that you're rewarding yourself, whether it's every month, paychecks, during paid periods, something like that. Have social gatherings. They're fun to plan and look forward to. Create a vision board. We gave some examples. You can kind of go back into replay about that. Prepare or have an amazing meal or dinner, or go out to a place that's delicious. Host a live event, whether it's an in-person event or these types of events on LinkedIn. Go do an outdoor activity to celebrate life. Like, go take some deep breaths, go play pickleball, go play tennis, go play basketball, go for a hike, a walk, something like that. Walk on the beach. Incorporate your family and friends into your life, into your activities. Place your goals in a visible space and rate your progress. Those are our 11 things.
Yes. And I also put them in the chat so you can have them.
You're the best.
They are there. And if you do those in the next 11 months, it increases the odds that you continue to be excited. We want to hear what your 11 things that you're going to do for the next 11 months. Put them in the comments so we can see them and look over them, so we can like them as well, so we can utilize them as well. And yeah, please put the things that you're going to do over the next 11 months. They don't have to be on this list. They can be whatever you want them to be, and put them in there. All right. So, but we're not done. We always close with one thing, but we're gonna real quick. We are in our second year of the virtual wellness experience. This will be our fourth summit. Our fourth summit. We have so many amazing guests. You can go to Creative Living Ideas website. We should think about putting it on the 2350 web network website so people can catch it. We'll work on that, put it in the network. So it is a 2-day summit experience where we bring so many individuals around and we talk about wellness as a whole, parenting, you name it. If you think about wellness, it is in there. So we have individuals who are great presenters who are presenting, and it's the virtual wellness experience because there's so much going on. We have breakout rooms, so much, and it's more to come. Next time we meet and have the 2350 effect, we'll be talking more about that. Anything I missed briefly about that before we close out? Because we always close with a comment and a quote.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that was a great recap and reminder. Yeah. We are not here next week. I will say that. We're not here next week. We're here the following week, and then we're here for Sundays for a while.
Right. And then we'll be consistently here on Sundays. All right. All right. So we close with a quote. And please, before we put our quote in there, put your favorite quote. I know I'm asking you to a lot of homework right now. I'm asking you to put what's going to keep you excited, and I'm also asking you to put your quote in there. Dr. Farron, you want to go with your quote?
I do. And I didn't pick anything different this time because when I was thinking about how we can stay excited for the next 11 months, I want us to remember like we can look towards ourselves to make, life exciting and fun. So my quote that I live life by is be the change you wish to see in this world. Because I believe that if we want to see positive change, we have to start doing it with ourselves. And so I think this is a perfect quote for these next 11 months. Don't be relying on somebody else to bring you joy or happiness. Be the change that you wish to see in this world. That's my quote. How about you, Damien?
Real quick, can you repeat what your mom told you? Because I think that's good as well. That was a good
So
quote.
it is really good. So when I was a kid, my mom used to encourage us to go outside to play. And she would say, don't worry about it. Go outside and play. God made you washable and drip dryable. Go have some fun. So I encourage you to do that. You're washable. You're dryable. You'll be all right. Go play.
I love that. I'm always going to remember that as well. Thanks to your mom for saying that and putting that into your
She'll be
brain so you can
excited she
share
was
it
a
with
star
us.
tonight. She'll be excited.
Yeah. All right. So mine's is, as always, I am a member of the 2350 network, the 2350 effect. The 2350 actually means this. There are 24 hours in a day. Most people get lost in the math of 10 minutes or 5 minutes of the day. Don't let 5 minutes or 10 minutes of a bad moment disrupt the rest of your 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day. Live your life to your optimum ability. Live it with joy, live it with passion, live it with understanding, live it with empathy, and don't get swallowed up with those 10 minutes of things that went wrong. All right?
I
So
love
thank you
that.
as always for showing up. Thank
And
you, Christy.
continue.
Oh,
Yes, I was going to say, continue to drop your quotes in there. Thank you, Christy. I love that one. Remember who you are. Thanks, everyone, for being here tonight. You're muted.
you can watch this on replay as always on YouTube. And with that said, everybody, thank you so much for showing up. And you know what? Good night. Bye.
Thank you for attending the 2350 Effect. If you are interested in becoming a guest or a sponsor, please contact Damien or Dr. Tanya. Join us every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the 2350 Effect.